Hey everyone, it's Monday, the official Juneteenth day of celebration, and welcome back to Major Hype. I'm your host, Maxwell, where every single day, Monday through Friday, I do a show about entrepreneurship, money, real estate, and today is no different, so let's get started. Let's jump into the first story today. As mentioned last week, the pandemic-era stimulus checks helped many Americans pay bills, reduce debt, and build saving. For some, the payments altered how they think about money. For one Florida resident, they said over the course of the pandemic, they received more than $10,000 from the 3 rounds of impact payments. $10,000? That's quite a bit. In total, there was over 472 million payments issued by the federal government, totaling up to $803 billion. Now, the top 3 categories that people spent money on were food, utilities, household products. These seem like things people needed to pay and not wanted to pay for. So how did this affect society? Suddenly, large deposits in people's accounts suddenly changed the way that they think about money. These pandemic checks are being considered one of the main reasons for the current inflations across the board. Now, even though it helped millions of people during the crisis, many people used the checks for rent, loans, savings, and credit card payments. Remember, Americans paid off $83 billion worth of credit card debt during the last 2 years. Although many people were feeling the taste of financial freedom, it's currently being taken away from them with the inflation that we're seeing today. In our second story, it's a bit of a scary one. Let's talk about the top zombified zip codes in the US. Adam Data's latest vacant property analysis shows that 260,000 residential properties in the US are in the process of foreclosure in the second quarter. Now let's talk about what zombie foreclosures are. Zombie foreclosures refer to the situation where a homeowner vacates their property after receiving the default notice. Now, the default notice is when the bank sends out the notice to say, hey, you're in default, we're going to start the process. They go ahead and leave. Now, what most people don't know, most of these foreclosures can get canceled for a number of reasons to where it's never completed. The biggest increase from Q1 to Q2 in states with at least 50 foreclosures are in Michigan. Michigan went up to 74%. Now, it's not a lot of properties, but it went up 74%. Arizona is up 56%. Georgia is up 29%. Nevada is up 26%. And Iowa's up 17%. Overall, this is something that is a growing reality for many homeowners during these times. Although with everything, there's always 2 sides to the coin. This is a perfect list where people and wholesalers can bring their skills to this situation and educate these homeowners on their options and help both sides of the deal. Considering that, I wanted to mention a message from one of our sponsors. If you're looking to get more deal flow and wonder what's the best real estate tool to take your business to the next level, consider PropStream. PropStream is the best real estate software built from the ground up for investors and all real estate professionals. With their powerful data, targeted marketing, you can increase efficiency and find more investment opportunities. PropStream helps you locate, evaluate, and market to highly motivated buyers and sellers from the web or from your phone on their cool app. Visit the link in the description and get a 7-day free trial along with a free course on how to master the app during your free trial. What are you waiting for? You're only one deal away. Up next, Microsoft finds Gen Z is changing the definition of hustle. A recent study of Microsoft covered some of the entrepreneurial tendencies that are popping up across the nation. That being said, Gen Z graduates are coming into the workforce during this global period of change. Now, if you think about it, the gig economy is growing more and more every day. And for so long, America has depended on the 9-to-5 workers. What's going to happen when Gen Z completely decides that they don't want to be a part of the 9-to-5 economy? We don't know. But I know right now things are changing and goals are changing. So let's see what happens when Gen Z decides what they're going to do. Let's take a look at the housing market from 2008 compared to 2022. Now, I was a young real estate professional during the crash of 07 and 08, so I have some firsthand knowledge of the storm that took place during that time. Now, looking at the amount of people that were able to get loans back then compared to today is day and night. So today's average credit score for a borrower is at a record high of 751. Compared to back in 2008, it was less than 700. With housing values on the rise, there's also a massive amount of home equity sitting at $11 trillion. Now think about that, $11 trillion of untapped home equity in America. Now that number is only coming from borrowers if they only borrow 80% of the value of the home. So there's a massive amount of equity involved, unlike 2008. See, when the correction happened in 2008, many people were underwater, meaning that they actually owed more than the property was worth because of the subprime lending, the overvalue. A bunch of stuff went wrong in 2008. Now, there is something similar to 2008, and that's the ARM, adjustable rate mortgages. Although there's only 2.5 million of those today versus 13 million in 2007, right before the crash, 1.4 million of those are actually going through rate resets. With the higher interest rates, we could see more foreclosures. So this is another opportunity for investors to be able to jump into this situation, because unfortunately in this world and everywhere, when one person goes down, another person goes up. It's just how the seesaw works. So if we can stop some of these foreclosures as investors, great. But you also need to focus your places and your marketing in the people that have ARMs, adjustable ARMs, that are not going to be able to afford those. Some of those people are going to have to figure out, restructure, or do whatever they can to stay in those homes. And for the ones that can't, those places are going to be available for investors and other people to buy these homes. The National Association of Realtors handpicked 5 hidden gem real estate markets around the U.S. See, on a Zoom call, they said they picked 5 markets that they considered hidden gems, that they predicted the price will continue to grow. And number 1 on that list was Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, Charlotte is rapidly growing, and they had an average of 97 people moving into Charlotte last year. Now, Charlotte has many sports teams. Well, not many. We have a lot, right? We have a lot of sports teams. You have the Carolina Panthers, the Charlotte Hornets. I got season tickets to them. NASCAR is becoming cooler and cooler. Major League Soccer is a new team, and it's also a magnet for millennials. There's a lot to do in Charlotte. Number 2 is Las Vegas. Now, Las Vegas is known for slot machines, card games, but they're diversifying into warehousing, like the massive Amazon distribution center that they have set up. And they're also manufacturing driverless cars. I had no idea. Driverless cars that makes sense. No drinking and driving. Because Nevada has no state income tax, they capture migrants from California, where they have crazy state income tax, and Arizona and Utah. Number 3 is Northern Virginia. Number 4 is San Antonio, Texas. Now, that's a cool place. When I was in the military, that was where I was based during training. San Antonio's cool, and it's grown real fast, real quick, and a lot of people are moving there. Number 5 on that list is Denver, Colorado. So investors, you might want to keep your eye out for these cities. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk lately about the high interest rates. Well, they're high compared to the all-time low. Now, if you think about it, you could get an interest rate just a few months ago for like 2.85% or some crazy number like that. Now, remember, that was a record all-time low. Like, never in the history of interest rates has it ever been that low. And then it goes up. And people say, oh my God, interest rates are crazy now. But let me give you some historical facts on where interest rates actually used to be. Now, in the 70s, if you were buying a house, interest rates were somewhere around 10%. Can you believe 10%? We're complaining about 6 and 7s or 5s and 6 right now. 10% was the average interest rate in the 70s. And if you were in the 80s, the interest rates hit as high as 18%. Now, I do understand housing prices were a lot less back then, but still think about it. 10%, 18%, complaining about 6. Now, 6 sounds high when you just come off an all-time low. It's like if you win 5 back-to-back championships and you lose 1, everybody says, oh, you suck now, you suck. That's exactly what's going on. But here's one thing I will tell you. During all of these ups and downs, these 18%, 10%, now we're at 6 and something percent, real estate investing has always been around. Investors have been always able to make money during these times. So don't complain, buckle your seatbelts, and figure out how to do this, because you can do it if they were doing it with 18%. Think about it. Now let's go to work. Yalla. Now that's Major Hype, and it's Monday. And please always smash the like button. And for God's sakes, hit the subscribe. Almost 50% of you watching right now are not subscribed. So do me a favor. It means the world to me if you just hit the subscribe. Now, don't forget to follow me all over your favorite social media for the latest updates. And it's been cool. My name is Max, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out.